Are you, like me, feeling a bit helpless watching the news and wondering about the state of the world? How can we influence and grow tomorrow's leaders, no matter who they are, where they're educated, or their home circumstance? Who is the most influential person in your life? Andrea plays the part of Alberta, Martin Luther King's mother, in Alberta's Dream, Building Foundations of Love, Not Walls.
Enjoyed it.
And can you think of any significant things that have helped shape who you are today?
Oh, my mother, definitely.
What was important about your mum?
Well, she died when I was 10, but I do realise how accepting she was, how she, just by being who she was, I learned that everyone's worth a shot, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. The story of Alberta Williams King, the matriarch of the King family, celebrates the power of women, their families and their communities in making a difference with global struggles around the world. Alberta Williams was born a preacher's daughter in 1904 in Atlanta, USA, at the time of racial segregation and when black people were in danger of being lynched. She believed in church values of love, community, respect, God, and helping others. She qualified as a teacher, wanting to give black children a chance. She prayed to God to help stop the suffering in black communities. She thought of ways to help members of her church community. Alberta married Pastor Michael King and had to give up teaching. Her husband was an early figure in the civil rights movement. Sharing her education with her children was now a priority. She believed that self-respect came from helping others based on a solid foundation of love and prayers to God. Alberta's dreams and prayers were about peace, justice, freedom, and hope for black people. Alberta and Michael brought up the children and taught them that self-respect comes from helping others. With those beliefs, they grew up on a solid foundation of love. She told stories of hope and courage at the table and shielded them from racism as long as possible. She built trusting relationships in the community. Alberta told her children they were somebody and they mattered. Martin Luther promised he would turn the world upside down. She gave them a solid foundation of love and strong attachment. Alberta led a women's church committee, supported singing by playing the organ. She found strength from God, supported others and focused on what was important. She modelled resilience, optimism and turned sadness into positive action. Martin Luther King learned from his mother and said, "Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend." She was delighted when he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 and black people got the vote in 1965. Alberta was saddened by the racism, suffering and inequality around her. She experienced a lot of personal pain too, but she stayed optimistic and the family kept going with her positive actions, beliefs and values. For example, when her children were hurt by racism, she explained historical injustices and gave them hope that someday it would be better. When Rosa Parks went to prison, Martin Luther helped at court. When her son, Martin Luther, was stabbed, arrested and went to prison, she stayed hopeful. And when she lost both sons, Martin Luther in a shooting in Memphis in 1968 and Alfred Daniel in a drowning, she stayed strong and was guided by her hopes and values. So when Alberta was shot in church in 1974, 6 years after Martin Luther King, yards away from where he was buried, her family continued her vision, values and work. The women in Martin Luther King's family have successfully and continually made a difference for black people. This includes his wife, Coretta, and children Yolanda, Bernice, Martin Luther King III and Dexter Scott King. Alberta's surviving daughter, Christine King Farris, said the best way to celebrate their lives is in the struggle for peace, justice and freedom. She founded the Martin Luther King Jr. Child Development Center. She became an author and professor for advancement of black people, Spelman College. Christine's daughter, Dr. Angela Farris Watkins, PhD in psychology, Spelman College, became an educator, author, lecturer and civil rights advocate and wrote the book My Uncle Martin. Barack Obama became the first black president in 2009.